The Labour Party has set really ambitious targets, including the 2030 net zero grid. What do you think about that? Do you think that it is feasible?
So I think the 2030 target is feasible, but only if there is an absolute certain commitment at the centre of government. This must be a priority, and that we look to think about how to set the governance requirements, the ability to really push through solutions. A lot of things that we've already got more than the amount of electricity we need waiting in a grid queue, but we're not doing anything about stopping the queue from getting that queue down, getting projects in the ground, stopping planning permissions being refused. Every wind farm that's ever been built has been referred to the planning inspectorate. There's trying to push forward. This is going to be a huge political challenge. It's not going to be easy, but it needs political leadership at the top to make sure there's no U-turns. Because as soon as there is a decision to row back, then that's going to undermine private investment support to commit to the energy transition for 2030.
Do you think that there were some mistakes made in the last 5 years in terms of net zero policies and energy policies?
So I think one of the biggest mistakes that we made was around removing some of the support for energy efficiency. Our homes are the least efficient in Europe. 80% of our homes are heated by gas. And we haven't really provided enough force to help homes move towards greener solutions such as heat pumps, but also just simply to make sure that their lofts are insulated, that all that heat isn't just going out of their roofs and being wasted. And we pulled the plug on some energy efficiency measures that have...
My last question is, which part of the net zero journey would you think that would be the biggest challenge for the UK to achieve?
The big challenge is buildings and transport. Transport makes up a third of emissions, so EVs, and also thinking about how to enhance public transport, particularly for rural areas. Bus networks are not strong enough to be able to support that. And then obviously that question around energy efficiency, decarbonising homes. How do we ensure that we can get homes off gas? We have the coldest homes that lose heat fastest in the UK. If you heat a property up, it loses to 20 degrees. Over 5 hours, it loses 1.5 degrees. In Sweden, it loses 0.2 degrees. You can't tell me that Sweden is any warmer than the UK. It just goes to show decisions that were taken earlier have saved householders so much money. But we just simply have to deliver on this. And it's not just about net zero, it's about providing people with warmer, safer, better quality of living for the future.